Folks, let's talk straight. We all carry them, we all use them, and yet, for many of us, credit cards are shrouded in mystery and fear. They sit in our wallets, quietly waiting, but the stories we hear about them are anything but quiet. Credit cards get a bad rap. Dangerous, debt traps, the enemy of your financial peace. You've probably heard horror stories about people drowning in debt, their lives upended by a few swipes of plastic. The media loves to paint credit cards as villains, lurking in your wallet, ready to pounce. We've all seen people buried under credit card debt, maybe even ourselves. The stress, the anxiety, the feeling of being trapped, it's real and it's overwhelming. It's easy to blame the card, to see it as the root of all financial evil. But here's something to think about. If credit cards are so toxic, why do wealthy people use them all the time? Why do successful business owners, professionals, and even financial experts swipe their cards with confidence, racking up points and rewards? Are they just smarter, or do they know something you don't? Is there a secret to using credit cards that the rest of us are missing? Maybe it's not about intelligence, but about understanding the rules of the game. The truth is, credit cards aren't evil, they're tools. Just like a hammer can build a house or break a window, a credit card can build your financial future or shatter it, depending on how you use it. The problem is, banks hand you the tool but hide the instruction manual. They give you the plastic, but they don't teach you how to use it wisely. The fine print is confusing, the terms are tricky, and most people never get a real education on how credit works. And why would they? Banks profit when you don't know how to use it. Every late fee, every interest charge, every mistake you make puts money in their pockets. It's a system designed to benefit them, not you. Millions end up blaming the card, not their lack of training. They cut up their cards, swear off credit forever, and miss out on the benefits that come with responsible use. But the real enemy isn't the card, it's the lack of knowledge. It's time to change that. It's time to take control, to learn the rules, and to use credit cards to your advantage instead of letting them control you. This isn't about defending banks. They profit from your mistakes, and they're counting on you to slip up. But you don't have to play by their rules. It's about empowering you to play the game with your eyes open. With the right knowledge, you can turn credit cards from a liability into an asset. You can earn rewards, build credit, and even protect your money, if you know how. Stop seeing the card as the enemy. Start seeing it as a tool, one that you control, not the other way around. Start looking at your habits and knowledge. Are you using your card with intention, or just reacting to bills and balances? Are you tracking your spending, setting goals, and learning how credit works? The power isn't in the card, it's in the person holding it. You have the ability to make smart choices, to educate yourself, and to use credit as a stepping stone to financial freedom. Ready to take that power back and make credit cards work for you. The journey starts with knowledge, and the first step is seeing your card not as a threat, but as a tool for your success. Let's get one thing clear. A credit card is not free money. When you swipe, you're borrowing the bank's money, not spending your own. It's a tiny, instant loan you promise to pay back. Think of it like a chainsaw, powerful in skilled hands, dangerous in the wrong ones. Used with knowledge and discipline, it's a tool for building. Used carelessly, it's a recipe for disaster. The card itself is neutral, it's your choices that matter. Most people get hurt because they never learn the rules. The banks count on that. Used right, credit cards offer protection, rewards, and convenience. Used wrong, they can wreck your finances. Stop blaming the tool. Start learning to use it like a pro. Respect its power, follow the rules, and it can serve you well. The misuse is the problem, not the card. Time to master the tool, not fear it. Credit cards themselves are neither good nor bad, they're simply tools, as neutral as the plastic they're made from. The real risk doesn't come from the card itself, but from the decisions you make when you use it. The real problem? It's easy to lose control, especially when emotions take over and start driving your spending habits. Stress, boredom, or even excitement can push you to make purchases you never planned for. That's when the card stops being a helpful tool and starts becoming your master, dictating your financial life instead of serving it. Many people fall into the trap of treating credit cards like magic wands, thinking that a higher credit limit means more money to spend. But that's a dangerous illusion. Remember, your income is your real money, the money you've actually earned. Your credit limit, on the other hand, is the bank's money, loaned to you with the expectation that you'll pay it back, often with interest. Mixing up the two, Spending as if your credit limit is your own money can quickly lead to financial disaster, piling up debt and stress. The key to avoiding this trap is simple but powerful. Plan ahead and stay in control of your choices. Create a written budget every single month and make a commitment to stick to it. This gives you a clear roadmap for your spending and helps you avoid surprises. Only use your credit card for expenses you've already planned for in your budget. If it's not in the plan, it doesn't go on the card. Remember, the card is just a payment method, a convenient way to pay for things you've already decided to buy. It's not a reason to make extra purchases or to stretch your budget. When you operate this way, you're the one in control, not the credit card company, not your impulses, and not your emotions. The real enemy isn't the card itself, but undisciplined emotional spending. Late-night shopping sprees or impulse buys can quickly add up, leaving you with regret and debt. The card just sits there, powerless, until you make a choice. It's your decisions that give it power, either to help you or to hurt you. So, use your card with intention, not on impulse. Pause before every purchase and ask yourself if it fits your plan. Be the boss of your money. When you make thoughtful, intentional choices, you set yourself up for financial success. That's how you win with credit cards and with your money. Why bother with credit cards at all? Because used right, they offer real benefits. The biggest, building your credit history. Your credit score is your financial reputation. It affects loans, mortgages, even renting an apartment or getting a job. No credit history question, life gets expensive and difficult. Responsible credit card use, small, planned purchases paid in full, builds a positive record. This isn't about debt, it's about proving you're reliable. Good credit saves you thousands in interest and fees over your lifetime. It can mean lower deposits, better insurance rates, and easier approvals. Use the system to your advantage. Build your reputation, not your debt. Credit cards can be a tool for opportunity, not just risk. The key is responsibility. Here's a huge benefit: fraud protection. If your credit card is stolen, it's the bank's money at risk, not yours. Federal law limits your liability, and most cards have zero liability policies. You report fraud, they remove the charge, you're protected. With a debit card, thieves steal directly from your account. Your money is gone instantly, and getting it back can be a nightmare. Missed bills, bounced checks, stress, it's all on you. Credit cards create a firewall between your cash and the outside world. If your card info is stolen, your savings stay safe. That peace of mind is worth a lot. Use credit cards for daily budgeted purchases to protect your money. Fraud happens, be prepared. Credit cards give you an extra layer of security. Now, the dark side: interest. The real villain isn't the card, it's high, compounding interest from unpaid balances. Banks make billions when you don't pay in full. Minimum payments are designed to keep you in debt for years. Carry a balance and you could pay for that purchase 3 times over. Credit card interest rates are brutal, often 15% to 25% or more. That's way higher than mortgages or car loans. Compound interest works against you, growing your debt fast. The banks want you to focus on rewards, not the true cost of debt. Your number one goal: never pay a penny in interest. Pay your balance in full every month. Don't let interest destroy your wealth. The trap is real. Avoid it at all costs. Here's how wealthy people use credit cards. They never rent money from the bank. They use cards for leverage, borrowing for free, then paying in full before interest hits. They get the perks, protection, rewards, without ever paying interest. The card is a transaction tool, not a debt tool. Their bill comes, they pay it all, just like any other utility. Paying interest is unthinkable. They'd rather invest that money. You have a choice: rent money and enrich the bank, or use leverage and keep your wealth. Every month your statement is a test. Pay in full or pay the price. One path builds wealth, the other destroys it. Adopt the millionaire mindset. Use the system. Don't let it use you. Let's break down how the financially savvy use credit cards. First, they use cards for cash flow and efficiency, consolidating expenses, simplifying payments. Second, they maximize rewards, but only on spending they do anyway. The rewards are a bonus, not an excuse to spend more. Third, they use cards for record keeping. Every purchase is tracked, making budgeting and taxes easier. No more lost receipts or mystery expenses. Most importantly, their spending is never emotional. Every purchase is planned and budgeted. The card is just a tool, not a status symbol or emotional crutch. Ask yourself, is your card use planned or impulsive? That answer reveals if the card is your ally or your enemy. Smart use means discipline, not deprivation. Use the card to serve your goals, not sabotage them. That's the secret. Ready to win? Let's talk about how you can truly master credit cards, not just use them but make them work for you, building your financial future instead of holding you back. Whether you're new to credit or looking to level up your game, these rules are your roadmap to success. Here are your new rules. Think of them as your personal playbook for financial confidence and control. Rule 1. Only use your credit card for planned, budgeted expenses. That means every swipe, tap, or online purchase should already be part of your spending plan. No exceptions. No, just this once. If it's not in your budget, it doesn't go on the card. This single rule is powerful. It kills impulse buys and emotional spending before they start. You'll find yourself thinking twice before making a purchase, and that's exactly the point. Credit cards are a tool, not a temptation. Rule 2. Pay the statement balance in full every single month. Don't just pay the minimum. Paying in full means you avoid interest charges, keep your debt from growing, and show lenders you're responsible. If you ever can't pay in full, that's your signal to stop using the card immediately. Pause, reassess your budget, and focus on getting back on track before making new charges. Set up automatic payments so you never miss a due date. Even one late payment can hurt your credit score and cost you with fees or higher interest rates. Automation is your safety net. Rule 3. Keep your credit utilization low. Ideally, use less than 10% of your available credit. This means if your card has a $5,000 limit, try to keep your balance under $500 at any time. High balances, even if you pay them off, can hurt your credit score. Lenders see high utilization as risky, so keeping it low helps you qualify for better rates and more credit in the future. Rule 4. Your credit card is not your emergency fund. It's tempting to reach for the card in a crisis, but that just creates more debt and stress. Real emergencies require real cash savings. Build an emergency fund so you're prepared for the unexpected, car repairs, medical bills, or job loss, without relying on credit. If you absolutely must use your card in a crisis, make a plan to pay it off as quickly as possible. Set a timeline, cut back on other expenses, and focus on getting back to zero. And never use credit to chase a lifestyle you can't afford. Credit cards are not a shortcut to luxury. They're a tool for building stability, not status. Your real goal is financial stability and peace of mind. When you use credit cards wisely, you gain freedom, not stress. You can enjoy life's moments without worrying about debt. Stick to these rules, and you'll make credit cards work for you, not the other way around. Remember, discipline is your superpower. With these habits, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. So, are credit cards the enemy or a powerful tool? The answer: they're neither. They're neutral. The outcome depends on your knowledge and discipline. Banks profit from your mistakes and lack of education, but now you know the real enemy is carrying a balance and paying interest. Used wisely, credit cards build credit, protect you from fraud, and simplify your finances. Used carelessly, they lead to debt and stress. The choice is yours. You hold the power. Look at your habits. Are you building or destroying? Share this with someone who needs it. Let's stop fearing the tool and start mastering it. Take control. Build financial peace. Subscribe for more straight talk on money and winning with credit.